suspect over the years you've had some batshit crazy bonkers script ideas cross your path. Would this be kind of up there when it comes to surprising ideas?
Oh, yeah. This would be the most bonkers, as you so well put, concept for a movie. I think it was thoroughly daunting and challenging, and there was no muscle in my body that told me I should play a character named Nick Cage in a movie. It just scared everything out of me, and I said no about 4 times, and then Tom Gormican wrote me a letter, and it was a good letter. It was an intelligent letter. It was sensitive, and I knew he was a genuine film enthusiast, and he also wanted to make a movie about people, not cartoons. I was so worried it would lapse into a kind of like an SNL Andy Samberg mockery, but what I found instead was a filmmaker who wanted to make a story about people with genuine feelings.
And that's what surprised me. I didn't know what to expect when I watched it last night. And I can't believe what joy it gave me, because I was just, the relationship between you and Harvey, it just made my heart sing.
Yeah, well, see, I'm happy to hear that. And I do want to say that Pedro is not only a great actor, he's a nice man. And it was really a pleasure to work with him. And he's also a film enthusiast like myself. And we just would talk about movies and give each other recommendations. And so what you see on camera is very much like what was happening off camera. It was kind of like no acting, please.
I wonder, and yeah, I know you've had your share of dumb questions, so this is probably one of them. Is it easier or harder to play a version of yourself than another character?
Oh, it's much easier to play another character, because when you're playing another character with somebody else's name, you can hide behind that character and it's not all on you, and you're not potentially embarrassing your family, hopefully. But when you play Nick Cage, there's a lot of other Cages running around, and I don't want to humiliate them any more than I want to humiliate myself. But there is a degree of self-deprecation that is quite humbling. But it is an experience where you're completely exposed. You're so emotionally naked, and you're really on a fine line. It is a high wire act. The downside is enormous if you trip or if you fall, but the upside is also great. And the upside is, I went to the theater to see the movie, and we all had a great time. Well, everybody was laughing together and everybody was crying together, and we were all in it together. And it was like the old days before the pandemic, when we were all in the cinema and we were all laughing together. And who doesn't need a laugh right now? I do recommend seeing this movie in the theater.
Oh, no question about it. We've missed it so crazily with all the lockdowns. And you're right. What was the line? Bringing joy to an increasingly dark and broken world.
Exactly right. Well said.
Yeah. We need cinema. My very last question, you talk about the bonding of cinema and the conversations that you guys had. So many people around the world have all the time. So it just felt like, as an audience member, we were almost part of your story. And does that feel like part of its draw?
I think it is entirely part of its draw, if not most of its draw. I always say I never had a career, I only have work. And what I mean by that is I look at the job at hand, and I take every job very seriously, and I want to infuse it with emotional content. Whatever I design, whether it's ridiculous or sublime, it has to be organic. There has to be real feeling there. And I've been blessed with a loyal group of fans or film enthusiasts that have stuck with me, because I think they know that we're going to have that relationship, like I have when I would watch my heroes like Marlon Brando. I would be like, I know you. I know what you're feeling, because he was sincere. And I think that with this movie, we have it again. I do believe the film enthusiasts will get what they set out to get. And please bring a date.
Please bring a date. I shall. I better find one. Right. You have been glorious, Nick. Thank you so much for your time. And congratulations. Bloody marvelous.
Thank you.